हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज मैं आप लोगों के लिए क्वालिटी वीडियो फॉर ब्लॉक वर्क एट साइट या होम किधर भी हम लोग करते हैं तो पूरा प्रोसेस क्या होता है, तो कंप्लीट प्रोसीजर मैं आपको इस वीडियो में देने वाला हूं। तो आइए हम इस वीडियो को स्टार्ट करते हैं।
In this video series, we are going to witness the step-by-step procedure of masonry wall construction using non-load-bearing solid blocks. Prior to commencement of block masonry, it is best to ensure all the required quality assurance documents are thoroughly checked and approved. The work progress should be aligned with the guidelines mentioned in these documents. This certificate proves that the quality of the material is keenly checked at the manufacturing facility and passed. It is the mandate guidelines for the allowable tolerances. In addition to the MTC, the concrete blocks, sand, and cement need to be tested in a third-party laboratory. During the course of the activity, the work performed is checked for the compliances laid down in the checklist. These checks are done at the stage of prior to work commencement, during construction and post-construction.
Personal protective equipment, PPE. This safety measure needs to be taken into account seriously while working in the project site.
Before we understand the process, let us quickly check what are the tools required for the smooth finish of the activity.
Trowels and gauge tool, nylon threads, tube levels, plumb bob, measurement tape, spirit level, aluminium straight edge, right angle, chipping tools, mason's hammer, buckets, measurement box, block cutting machine, pointing trowel, mortar pan, spade.
Let us quickly go through on the checks which needs to be done prior starting the work.
Concrete surface should have been cleaned of all nails, embedded wood pieces, slurry leaks, etc. All honeycombs, deviation tie rod hole packing in concrete elements should have been addressed with the approved repair methodology. All electrical conduits should have been cleaned, including any breakages, corrections, and GI wire pulling should be completed prior to commencement of block work. As shown in the video, a reference level to be established at the work area. As a practice, a survey marking 1 meter finished floor level is marked on the column's shear walls as required. Kindly note, all concrete surfaces of beams and columns coming in contact with block work is to be hacked. There should be 80 indents per square feet and each indent should be 1 cm to 2 cm long. The block needs to be tested for dimension, compressive strength, density, water absorption, drying shrinkage and moisture movement in the in-house or external laboratory. In the event of considerable deviations in the test parameters, the block lots to be marked as rejected and not to be used for masonry construction. Concrete blocks needs to be unloaded on the well-prepared concrete bed with silt-free surfaces. Also make sure, the stock should be unloaded through a truck-mounted brick crane only.
The second stage in block masonry is marker course. Let us understand the process.
Before commencing the block work, it is essential to verify the horizontal alignment of columns and vertical plumbness of beams through line and level check. This check is done to verify the wall alignment. The wall position as per the GFC drawing to be marked on the slab with the proper survey coordinates for the day's work.
Let us quickly understand the mortar preparation part.
As shown in the video, 6 parts of fine aggregate needs to be added using measurement box. After getting 6 parts of fine aggregate, 1 part of cement to be laid using measurement box based on the mix specification. Cement sand to be mixed thoroughly, turning at least 3 times to ensure uniformity of cement and sand. A bund to be made with the dry mix to avoid water loss during mortar mixing. As shown in the video, 20 liters of water is preferred for 1:6 mortar ratio. Wet mixing to be done properly without any formation of lumps. After mixing with water, it shouldn't be too dry and too watery. A cement slurry coat of ratio 1:1 should be applied on the floor, columns and beams at surfaces where the blockwork is intended to join with structural elements. This is done to prevent moisture loss in the mortar. For the marking course, it is crucial to lay a mortar bed on the floor to achieve zero level with the thickness of 10 to 20 mm to prevent any level-related issues. The bed mortar must be leveled using an aluminum straight edge, and it is mandatory to verify the level of the bed mortar using a 2-meter spirit level. The first course of blockwork should be laid with reference to a nylon thread to ensure proper alignment, and it is essential to maintain an equal distance of 12 mm between each block. This could be done with simple gauge tool. Immediately after laying the first course of blockwork, it is crucial to check the line and plumb by using straight edge and plumb. Additionally, the top level should be ensured using a spirit level before commencing with further blockwork. The plumb checking process should be carried out in reference to the existing beam located just above the blockwork. All the necessary markings, especially door openings, cross walls should be accurately marked at the floor level in accordance with the GFC. The door opening measurement to be taken as actual frame dimension plus 10 mm extra. The cross wall should be marked, and the first course of blockwork must be executed with a right angle. The marking of the adjacent wall should be carried out using a right angle and nylon wire to ensure that the wall is aligned correctly and in proper line. At the corner, if the block size is smaller than a full block, measurements should be taken, and the block should be cut to the required dimensions and proper shape by using a handheld block cutting machine or table-mounted block cutting machine. A joint gap of 12 mm on both sides to be considered while taking the measurement between the blocks. Using the cutting machine, the blocks should be cut according to the required size which was measured previously. The measured block needs to be arranged in the left gaps. Once the measured blocks are arranged, the alignment needs to be thoroughly checked. After completing the first course of blockwork, the installations to be cross-checked before packing to ensure that the marker course has been executed accurately as per drawing. This inspection involves checking the line, level, alignment, plumb, right angle, room dimensional, mortar thickness, etc. of the marker course to ensure they meet the specified standards. It is also crucial to conduct a thorough inspection of room diagonal alignment to ensure accuracy. The specific emphasis to be given for door openings dimension. Once the preliminary inspection is successfully completed after the marker course, the next step is to prepare for mortar packing. The marking course is considered ready for mortar packing, signifying that the initial inspection has confirmed the satisfactory placement and alignment of the blocks, allowing for the subsequent application of mortar. Mortar packing is the next crucial step after completing the preliminary inspection of the marking course. It is essential to ensure that the mortar is mixed thoroughly and prepared according to the specified guidelines. During mortar packing, keen attention should be given to achieving a precise application without any gaps in the blockwork joints. Use the pointing trowel or aluminium straight edge to shape the mortar joint. Drag the trowel along the joint, creating a smooth and V-grooved pointing. Racking of joints. Masonry face joints are raked out to a depth of about 10 mm. The removal of excess mortar should be carried out after completing the pointing process. Cleaning should be performed using a broomstick, ensuring that any excess mortar is thoroughly removed from all around the blockwork.
Once the marking course activity is completed and cleared by the engineering in charge, further the wall construction activity will be commenced. Let us quickly check the step-by-step procedures of the next activity.
The quantity of blocks needed for the blockwork must be transported or shifted to the designated location in accordance with the project requirements. For improved mortar adhesion and reduced drying shrinkage, thoroughly wet all the concrete blocks in water for 24 hours before laying it. Each course of blocks should be clearly marked on the column surface to facilitate proper wall construction and alignment. Curing should be done for the marker course before commencement further works to ensure proper hydration and strength development in the construction material. A sheet should be laid along the wall where works in progress on the floor to prevent mortar in contact with dust and mud during construction. 1:1 ratio of cement slurry should be applied on the column to ensure proper jointing between the RCC and blockwork. Bed mortar should be applied on the first course of blocks to establish subsequent layers of block work. Ensure leveled mortar application with uniform bed thickness throughout the blockwork. This should be verified using a spirit level. After completing the leveling of the bed mortar, ensure that the blocks are placed on the marking course, and stagger the pointing of the marker course and the first course of the blockwork. Do not forget to check the alignment. Check the plumb of the corner block in the first course and ensure it is aligned with the marking course of the blockwork. Verify the straightness of the first course of blockwork by using an aluminum straight edge. Ensure the top level of the blockwork is accurate by checking it with a spirit level. Cross-verify the right angle of the internal wall corner and external wall corners by using a 600 mm right angle tool. Carefully pack the joints in the blockwork, ensuring there are no gaps between the blocks. Once each subsequent block layer is laid, throughout mortar packing is crucial for both the bed joints, that is horizontal mortar layer between blocks, and vertical block joints on all wall sides. This ensures complete filling of voids, optimal strength, and a watertight barrier. All excess mortar must be clearly removed from the exposed surfaces of the blockwork. Use the pointing trowel to shape the mortar joint. Drag the trowel along the joint, creating a smooth and slightly concave finish. To achieve precise and aesthetically pleasing horizontal pointing, apply mortar along the bed joints, the horizontal mortar layer between blocks, using straight edges as guides for a perfectly straight line. After raising the blockwork to a height of 1 meter, conscientiously verify the vertical using a plumb bob for optimal stability. For optimal precision and alignment, regularly cross-check the blockwork using an aluminum straightedge to ensure it sits flush against the column surface. Position the aluminum straightedge horizontally across the blockwork, resting one end against the column surface. Upon completion of each blockwork course, rigid verification of the top surface's levelness is mandatory. Utilize a 1 meter spirit level to ensure consistent and accurate horizontal alignment.
The next segment we are going to learn about how tulle construction happens above 1 meter.
After completing the block work up to the height of 1 meter, it is necessary to verify the balance height in order to determine the height of the adjustable cores. The marking of 215 mm, 200 mm block plus 15 mm mortar for block work should be carried out in the column from top to down. This is done to ensure that the full block is constructed at top between beam and wall. A thick cement slurry coat of ratio 1:1 should be applied on the columns to enhance the bonding between the blockwork and the concrete surface. After marking the blocks in the adjacent column, it is essential to check the balance gap, ascertain the adjustable cores thickness. Cut the blocks to the required size for the adjustable cores and place them above the 1 meter height as needed. In locations where window openings are incorporated into the blockwork, it is necessary to mark the corresponding positions in accordance with the GFC drawing during the course of block masonry. Marking to be done on the top of the wall. It is essential to align the mold face of the blockwork on the opening side and the side cutting on the other side.
After completing the first course for the window opening, a thorough check should be conducted again, and any adjustments required to be done accordingly. Due to the slenderness, 100 mm block wall needs to strengthen with the introduction of bond beam sill concrete. A bond beam is provided at every 1 meter height, resting on the block wall and anchored into the structural element.
Necessary formwork material to be fabricated to the specified length. In order to introduce the sill level reinforcement, it is necessary to drill the column to create anchor points for securing the reinforcement. Before initiating the drilling process, it is mandatory to refer to the manufacturer's recommendations for anchorage. Typically, the drilling depth should not be less than 10 times the diameter of the reinforcement in any circumstance.
Adhering to these specifications ensures proper anchorage and enhances the structural integrity of the installation.
Following the manufacturer's recommendations, it is of utmost importance to thoroughly mix the materials, commonly referred to as Part A and Part B. The mixed material must be utilized before the completion of its setting time to ensure optimal performance and adherence to specified curing requirements. The anchoring chemical should be initially filled entirely inside the drilled hole and leveled. Subsequently, the same chemical should be applied above the rebar. When inserting the reinforcement, it is crucial to rotate the bar to ensure proper anchoring. It is common for the chemical to extrude during the insertion process. After installation, any excess chemical should be leveled to ensure a secure and proper anchor. Following the curing period for the dowel bar reinforcement anchorage, it is necessary to secure the prefabricated reinforcement, completing the sill level reinforcement work. Formwork needs to be keenly constructed for the sill level concreting process. As shown in the video, adequate support must be provided to the formwork to prevent bulging and offset issues that may arise after the concreting is completed. This ensures a smooth and uniform finish in the final element. Immediately after completing the sill level formwork, it is crucial to check the cover, dimension, level and alignment of the formwork to ensure accuracy and precision. Of concrete, commonly M20 grade, should be poured into the sill level formwork and thoroughly compacted to prevent honeycomb and voids. Achieving an excellent finish involves thorough surface stamping, contributing to the overall quality and appearance of the concrete structure. As shown in the video, after the sill concrete, the further wall construction to be carried out by following the same. Importantly, for 100 mm wall, the second layer RCC concrete band to be provided after completion of the next 5 cores, that is 1 meter, from the sill concrete. The same procedures to be followed.
Let us understand about lintel for openings.
Before, height measurement to be checked from the finished floor level button mark. Plastering thickness to be added to the required door opening height. Lintel reinforcement fabrication to be done as per the GFC drawing with minimum bearing of 200 mm on either side. Prepare the ready-made formwork box and ensure that the bottom of the lintel level is cross-verified. Fix the bottom support securely before placing the side boards. Place the fabricated reinforcement accordingly in the ready-made formwork box. After through checking by the engineer in charge, the approved grade of concrete to be poured and ensure proper compaction for better finish.
All nibs adjacent to columns, door openings and less than 200 mm should be cast in RCC at site using M20 grade of concrete and should be kept for curing for 7 days.
Let us quickly check on the important point to be taken care during masonry.
Block shifting is a crucial aspect of construction, demanding meticulous attention to prevent damage. Damaged blocks can lead to unsightly cracks in the masonry. Therefore, avoid using damaged blocks.
Damaged blocks can be cut used in areas where smaller pieces are required, ensuring minimal wastage and maximizing resource efficiency.
Cut pieces at the corners to be avoided. Additionally, cut pieces used for masonry should not be lesser than 100 mm to uphold blockwork stability.
If a cut piece emerges at a corner, it's prudent to remove it and arrange for a nearest block cutting to ensure proper alignment and strength.
This process should be carried out carefully using an aluminum straightage while the mortar is still wet. The integration of interlocking blocks at blockwork junctions should be carefully pre-planned, ideally during the initial course of construction. Additionally, incorporating silver joints at every junction of the blockwork enhances stability and cohesion within the structure, contributing to its overall strength and resilience. Do not place the topmost block under the beam until the immediate upper floor blockwork is raised up to the beam bottom, less 1 course.
It is important to ensure quality assurance during the activity is performed. Let us check what are the importance to be keenly noted.
Please check the completion date of the blockwork mentioned on the wall. This activity will ensure proper curing for 7 days. Curing must be carried out for at least 7 days following the dates written on the walls. The blockwork should be visually neat and clean. Utilize spirit levels to ensure the mortar joints should maintain uniform thickness throughout. After 7 days of curing, test the strength of the joints by driving a nail into them randomly. Also, inspect for any color variation in the mortar joints, as this may indicate problem areas that require attention.
सो फ्रेंड्स, आई होप यू हैव ए गुड इन्फॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम दिस वीडियो। ये ऐसे ही क्वालिटी वीडियो लाने के लिए आप इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं। इस वीडियो में फुल इन्फॉर्मेशन मैंने आपको देने की पूरी कोशिश की है कि साइट में हम ब्लॉक वर्क कैसे करते हैं, एक क्वालिटी वर्क क्या होता है, बेसिक टू एडवांस लेवल की मैंने आपको पूरी इन्फॉर्मेशन इस वीडियो में मैंने आपको एक ही वीडियो में कंप्लीट कर दी है। इसके अलावा अब आपको कोई भी वीडियो देखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। दिस इज़ द कंप्लीट वीडियो ट्यूटोरियल फॉर द ब्लॉक वर्क। अब नेक्स्ट वीडियो में मैं आपको सेम प्लास्टरिंग के लिए एक वीडियो लेके आऊँगा। अगर आपको ऐसा वीडियो क्वालिटी वीडियो चाहिए तो आप इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए, चैनल को लाइक और कमेंट में लिखिए मुझे आपको नेक्स्ट वीडियो क्या चाहिए। थैंक यू।